Protecting Paradise Now, our commitment to raising awareness of the environmental issues that affect your quality of life. You may not know it, but there's a piece of environmental history in our backyard. The National Wildlife Refuge system that sets aside areas to protect fish, wildlife, and plants got its start in our area. I had the chance to visit this hidden gem that's grown from a few acres to thousands. This is a story about snowbirds, the ones that fly.
This time of the year, we're going to start seeing all of our winter visitors.
Pelican Island sits in the Indian River Lagoon north of Vero Beach. You can see it, but you can't set foot on it.
This is where the National Wildlife Refuge system was originated and established.
Back in the late 1800s, the height of women's fashion involved feathers. Frank Chapman, an ornithologist working with the Museum of Natural History in New York, was visiting this area and was upset over what he saw.
That the birds, the beautiful birds and feathers, were being slaughtered for their feathers. And he went back to Teddy Roosevelt and said, we've got to do something about this. These birds are going to extinction.
President Roosevelt made Pelican Island the first national wildlife refuge in 1903. Paul Craigle was the first warden. But it wasn't until the 100th anniversary in 2003 that the refuge really opened up. Acres of surrounding mangroves had been protected from development in the 1960s, and eventually new trails and overlooks were completed.
You have upwards of 16 different wading birds that'll nest at any given time on the refuge.
Only 10% of the refuge is dry land. Initially, Pelican Island itself was 5.5 acres, but erosion had cut that by half. Shoreline restoration projects the past 2 decades have helped the island grow again.
If we can see the wading birds that keep coming back, if we can see enhancements, if we can continue to grow the island back to its original footprint and see the benefit to wildlife, we feel like not only are we producing good things for the lagoon, but it's actually telling us a story about the lagoon.
There are 567 refuges in the U.S. now, encompassing 850 million acres. That all started with this small piece. Now, the Refuge offers free tours each Wednesday starting in December, running through March. Space is limited.